administrator.
Okay.
Before we connect you to your assigned administrator, please select the voice you would prefer them to use when conversing with you.
Alright.
Greetings, operator. Please confirm voice selection.
Greetings, operator.
I like that.
Selection confirmed. Establishing connection.
Greetings, honored operator, and welcome to Project Salvation. I am Administrator Epsilon.
Text. Alright.
As you are new to the system, before you assume control of the soul selected to receive guidance, allow me a moment to explain how this works. The soul you will be stealing momentarily is named Loni Yaretzi. You are permitted to change the given name if you so choose, and you are also allowed to insert yourself inside the entity, if you feel it will aid your acclimation to its spirit.
Okay.
Either way, your aim is to monitor the soul's progress and gently guide it onwards towards the next most suitable plane of existence by whatever means you deem necessary. For now, the soul question will continue to exist in your perpetuity within the confines of Limbo to enable you both to explore all available options. Though, of course, its ultimate destination will not be defined without an administrator's order. There may be moments in your shared journey where you feel the soul fighting to be in full authority of its actions. When these instances occur, the option to relinquish control will be presented to you. To allow us to act independently of your counsel, simply select its heart.
Sounds like Sims 4.
However, we politely remind you that the soul has been selected for supervision specifically because it is struggling to attain enlightenment alone. Please use discretion when permitting autonomy. I will also warn you that while we appreciate your enthusiasm in volunteering for this most esteemed role, should the administrators deem your performance disappointing, we will not hesitate to replace you with a more capable operator.
Roger that.
When a conclusion is reached, I will ask you an all-important question. Your responses will be recorded for training purposes, so it's essential that you answer honestly. Now that you understand your position here, I shall proceed with the following survey to get you settled in.
Okay.
Firstly, do you wish to keep the name Loni for the soul, or replace it with an alternative?
Choose new name. Yeah.
Understood. While you are inhabiting the soul, which pronouns would you like it to be referred to by?
She, her.
Very well. And finally, do you wish to insert yourself within the soul, or remain a detached observer?
I'll be an observer. Okay. Yeah.
Wonderful. Before we part ways, I must warn you that while stealing your soul, you may hear it speak using a voice that is not your own, especially when delegating control to it.
That's perfectly fine.
Understandably, this can cause some operators a degree of distress. If it alarms or displeases you in any way, note that you may mute your soul at any time by accessing your user controls.
Roger that.
I shall now proceed to get you caught up with our world while you synchronize with the soul. We will reconvene and review your progress once you reach the end of the thread.
Got that.
Good night, and good luck, operator.
This is gonna be a fun one.
Please pay
Curious.
attention to the following presentation. It is designed exclusively for you and contains the sentiment of your soul. When properly absorbed, it should aid you in immersing yourself within its worldview and situation. Upon reaching the presentation's conclusion, you will find...
I shall now go.
Oh, damn.
Please pay attention to the following. Upon reaching the presentation's conclusion, you will find yourself submerged within your soul's
Alright.
experience.
Don't scroll up.
Please, do not be alarmed. Once you successfully uncover the outcome of each path, The system will sever your connection and swiftly return you to this room for review. Your well-being is of the utmost priority, and so your vitals will be monitored continuously throughout your exploration to ensure your safety. Please confirm your participation so that we may proceed with our work.
Okay.
Commencing Project Salvation. Subject, Loni. Active. Soul synchronization, active. Acclimation initiating in 3, 2, 1.
Work in Limbo is a thankless task. One that slowly sucks the life out of each entity, if they can even consider themselves alive at all in such a place. It was designed that way to make things less complicated for the denizens who dwell there, caught somewhere between worlds. Upon arrival in this god-forsaken place, an administrator swiftly assigned Charlie a sentence to serve and a role to earn her way out. Things could have been worse. She could have been sent to stationary support lines, stuck with seemingly endless streams of calls to answer. Instead, Charlie was designated a cleaning crew, left to wander the many offices and outlets almost unnoticed. At first, she was filled with optimism, but as the days diluted into murky months, depression began to creep in, gradually eroding her delusions of an entirely sane half-life here. Rest days were the worst. Work, as dull as it may be, provides some purpose in the world where you are otherwise drifting aimlessly through incarceration. For one, not entirely legal yet tentative tolerated organization strives to be the antidote to apathy, bring a little life back into Limbo's lost souls. With a strict ban on romantic relationships in the workplace, it was inevitable that some entity would eventually rise from the darkest depths of desperation to provide that which of all of us crave: love. Like everything else, it comes with a price. When a colleague gave Charlie the number for the deadly desires, she initially shrugged it off.
I'll be fine on my own. I don't need something so sleazy to get me through this.
Longer she toiled, stuck, bored, and alone, the more appealing the idea of paying for companionship became. There's no shame in using such services. Everyone in Limbo does, one way or another. It was only a matter of time before Charlie joined the masses, and doing so as well. Employees of Deadly Desires come in all shades of stimulating. From the cute and playful, whatever, I don't know what that is, crowding the role of house pet, their soft and fluffy fur providing comfort to those merely wishing to curl up and watch a cozy movie, to the intoxicating incubi with their endless stamina guaranteed to satisfy even the most insatiable of clientele. Whatever your fantasy might be, Deadly Desires will find a way to fulfill it, even offering snuff services to those yearning for a premature exit or the ultimate fetishized departure. Premium funeral packages included at an additional cost. Fortunately for Charlie, today is the beginning of a week-long break from her labor in Limbo, which means either banging her head against the walls of her apartment as a means to expel it in you, or shelling out for another fake friend to keep her company. In the end, there is no real choice. The reality is Charlie is already an addict like everyone else, clinging on to the faint hope that one day she might actually form a connection. But in a world where every soul seeks to conceal their secrets while awaiting judgment, true love seems elusive, a distant revere, out of reach, and distorted by delusion. Yeah, it's still loading. Okay, about to say. Alone in her apartment, Charlie sighs at the thought of the week ahead of her and how expensive it's likely to be. Charlie could spend it entirely alone, but that would be so boring. She can scarcely consider it. So she chooses to flick on her radio for company, shuffling to the kitchen where she brews her usual beverage of choice.
That was SSL's own Tabato right with Spellbound. And I'm your host with the most, Nico Jabari, with a quick news and weather update for all you eager Arcadians out there this evening. Strap in, folks, because you're ready for a bumpy ride. Oh, and to the anonymous gentleman caller who complained about our broadcast last night, we don't only cover the grim and the boring. In fact, just an hour ago, Nico received a steaming fresh scoop that we think you'll be very interested to hear. Your wife was spotted ordering an escort to your address last night while you were at work. I'm sorry to say it, my friend, but your neighbors complained no less than 10 times about the noise. So, maybe check your priorities before you start complaining about what Nico was up to,
Way to put on blast.
Now that we've covered the fluff for the night, let's get on with the serious part of the show, shall we? Bad omens continue for Deadly Desires as another 3 performers are reported missing since the end of last week. This came right after the alarming update earlier in the year that one absent client of the company was found abandoned in an alley minus her heart, while another was located wandering the streets, seemingly soulless.
Damn.
Patrons of Deadly Desires have voiced their concerns to the administrators regarding their safety in engaging with the service. In an interview with us yesterday, a client who wishes to remain anonymous expressed their fears that these attacks are targeted at both Deadly Desires employees and clients, rather than random acts of violence, as was previously assumed. A small number of residents taking an interest in the incidents have begun to theorize that the disappearances and assaults may be linked, and potentially even the work of an organized group aiming to destroy the Deadly Desires brand. In a statement from the administrators, it was made clear that no investigation is currently underway, and service users should engage with the company at their own discretion. And they advise that all clients continue to undertake the usual precautions when booking performers, and remind the citizens of Arcadia, as well as wider Limbo, that Deadly Desires is not an officially sanctioned business.
Let's go change something real quick. Right.
In other news, Pookie's Pizza has been forced to close its doors temporarily after receiving an order from food standards inspectors who rated the establishment a 1, meaning immediate improvement in several areas is necessary before trade is allowed to resume.
Let's see, is he gonna...
When approached for comment, Pookie claimed that the rating was unfair and proved that inspectors were on a witch hunt.
Let's see everything.
He assured us that the necessary improvements will be made swiftly, and Pookie's Pizza will be open for business as usual within the next week or so. Time now for a weather update with the wonderful Amare. Amare, what can we expect?
Well, Nico, the problems plaguing the weather system in Limbo's Arcadia sector still seem to be in play, and with no quick fixes in sight, citizens can expect showers of varying intensity over the course of the coming week. It shouldn't be a problem for those of you staying indoors, but if you're heading out, you might want to take an umbrella, as the rain shows no sign of stopping anytime soon. Other than that, it should be a relatively pleasant week temperature-wise, if a little humid thanks to the ongoing rain.
Well, that's a bummer. You would think maintenance would have worked their magic by now. I'm sure all the tasks out there would be thrilled to hear it, but no doubt the rest of us wouldn't mind a bit of sunshine. Right, let's get back to the music, shall we? Up next, we got the fabulous Scarlet Saints with their new hit number, Popcorn Panic. Enjoy.
It's quite enough of that. Silence again, Charlie flicks the radio off, reaching for her phone as she trudges back to her living room.
Welcome to Deadly Desires, where we aim to fulfill any and all fantasies, or your money back. Please listen to the following options before making a selection. If you wish to request a specific talent, please press 1. If you want to hire a surprise escort, press 2. If you are interested in our special celebrations package, hit 3. If you require a funeral package with your experience, please press 4. And rest in peace.
Wow.
If you're calling to complain about our services, press 5. And be prepared to leave a convincing message. For any questions or queries, please hold, and an operator will be with you momentarily.
No surprise.
Sorry, but all of our agents are currently busy. We apologize for the inconvenience and request that you call back later, quoting, all tied up. If you do, you'll be able to claim a free gift, which can be added to any one of our experiences. Thank you for choosing Deadly Desires for all your darkest dreams.
Charlie can help but grimace at the automated answer. Sure, surprise is what I need right now anyways. Press someone reliable instead.
Greetings. Since you've selected option 1, did you have a particular performer in mind?
I was hoping I might be able to book one with Romeo again.
Romeo, huh? Good choice. Unfortunately, he's unavailable right now.
It's a shame.
Indeed it is. I'm sure you're already well aware, but he's probably one of our most popular performers. It was a sad day for us all when we heard he was indisposed. With any luck, he'll be back at work soon. But in the meantime, I'm afraid I'm not permitted to make any bookings with him.
That sucks.
I'm sorry, but there's honestly nothing I can do about it. If it makes you feel any better, I heard he was having some trouble down there.
But he's an incubus. I thought they were always more than fine in that department. Anyways, I wasn't after him for that. Just wanted to hang out and watch a film or something.
Oh, well, isn't that just adorable? You know, I've heard some of the other agents mention folks like you, but I didn't think I'd ever meet one myself.
Folks like me?
The ones who call us for company. Don't get me wrong, by the way, I think it's utterly charming. Most of our clients are into the less innocent services we have on offer.
I can't help but shake her head in irritation at our ignorant assumptions.
Well, Don't be shy, sweetie. You know, you should at least try one of our more exotic packages someday. You might be pleasantly surprised.
Please don't try to upsell me sex stuff. I'm really not interested in that kind of thing right now.
Suit yourself, sugar. You know, sometimes it's nice to have a little salt to mix in with that sweetness. Still, I can't book you in with our dear Romeo, even if it's just to chill together. The problem with his, well, you know, has gravely affected his mental health. Trust me, he's a total mess right now.
Maybe talking about it with someone he knows might help.
Oh no, we have professionals for that, dear. I'm sure it'll all be resolved in no time, but for now, I'm afraid you're going to have to pick someone else. Do you want me to list everyone who's available at the moment?
I'm not sure how I feel about seeing someone other than Romeo right now. Don't get me wrong. Never had a problem with anyone else I've hired before, but I've been hearing some worrying rumors lately.
What rumors? Believe me, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. All our performers are fully trained and cleared to carry out contracted work with utmost professionalism. Can I tempt you to a surprise package instead?
I don't know about that.
Oh, come on. It'll be fun. We've got all your details on file already, so our staff will be sure to pick someone suitable for you. Don't you fancy a bit of spice in your life?
Suppose it might make things more interesting.
Precisely. So, can I consider that a yes?
Go on then.
Fabulous. Am I correct in thinking you'd like them sent over ASAP?
Yeah, please, if you can.
That shouldn't be a problem at all. If you just buzz your payment over as usual, I'll get a T-line as soon as the transaction's been confirmed, okay?
Yeah, sure, I'll get that set now.
Great. Can I help you with anything else today?
No, that was all I wanted. Cheers.
Cool. I'll love you and leave you for now. As always, your custom is much appreciated. Thanks for choosing Deadly Desires. Don't forget to have yourself a deadly day now.
Totally not cringe. What to do, but wait, after hanging up, Charlie sits patiently on the sofa for her surprise to arrive. Exhausted by the effort involved in making the booking, Charlie closes her eyes, sighing softly to herself as she drifts off to sleep. Later that day. So a knock on the door penetrates Charlie's dreamless slumber as her body rocks upright with a jolt. The moment she panics, hastily glancing at herself, cursing for not having showered before the arrival of her mystery guest. Inhaling deeply with anxious anticipation, Charlie rushes to the door to greet the stranger, along with the dreary drizzle so frequent in this district. Okay, who the fuck?
Hello. You ordered a surprise package, right? Well, surprise.
Gender for Charlie is a being unlike any she has ever encountered before. Using the service, something about the sullen shine in his eyes both excites and unsettles her. Introduce yourself. And that was me, Charlie. It's nice to meet you. Can't get any. I figured probably person would talk, but I guess not.
Pretty. I'm afraid mine's a bit of a mouthful, so feel free to just call me Erys, if it pleases you.
Okay. Erys is a pretty name too. I don't think I ever met anyone called that before.
It's short for Erys-hyphen, a somewhat distasteful joke.
Erys-hyphen.
Limos Erys-hyphen is my full name, but I prefer Erys. Makes things much more simple.
Alright, Limos Erys-hyphen.
So, are you planning to invite me in? Or would you rather we conduct our contract on your doorstep? I don't mind either way, but I find my scales disagree with the acidity of the rain.
Invite them. Where's how really many? Please come in. Beckoning Erys into her apartment, Charlie steps to one side, allowing him to pass. Why do I hear like a weird sound? I guess I would take my options. I don't know. When he shakes the rain from his scale, Charlie finds her senses aroused by his pleasant aroma, something almost sweet about it, lingering in the air around him. Almonds, maybe? Perhaps mixed with cherries or a similar bittersweet bouquet. Need to a drink or anything? Charlie asks tentatively, not sure whether his kind even consumes beverages in the way humans do.
If you're making something.
Stay okay, or can whip you up a coffee if you need to pick me up?
Either is fine. Well, have whatever you're having.
Coffee it is then. Sounds between the pair is awkward as Charlie makes a start on brewing them both a drink. Erys certainly seems like he could use caffeine. While Deadly Desire representatives Charlie has ever encountered, Erys has to be the least energetic. So your scales.
What about them?
So shiny. It's almost like they're glowing.
I'm surprised you noticed.
I don't know what.
Use a special glitter to help them shimmer when I'm seeing clients. Most people don't care for it though. I'm not even sure why I bother.
I don't know if that's something noises when I make a choice on the options, but I think they make you look stunning.
Huh.
Perhaps it's merely her eyes playing tricks on her, but for a moment, Tracer at Erys scales shine a little brighter.
I know you know what I am. I could see it in your eyes the moment you opened the door. So why don't you just go ahead and ask what you really want to ask?
I'm sorry, I didn't want to seem rude is all. It's not every day you encounter a... So this? That's what it is? If that's what you are, of course. I mean, no offense if you belong to a different species that would never dream of it insulting you, referring to you as something other than you're not, because no one must be awful to be associated with.
I wanted to stop you there before you dig yourself an even deeper hole. You were correct the first time. I am indeed one of the Sithis, and I'm well aware of the things people say about us.
Right. Okay, I wasn't that far off.
What I am curious to know is how you recognize one of us, if you're inclined to indulge me. I'm sure the stories made us all seem like monsters, but you let me inside regardless.
I don't know who the rat is. For rumors? I heard pretty horrifying actually, but you seem nice. Rumors are just rumors, right?
And yet, there's usually a grain of truth to every bit of careless gossip. But that doesn't answer my question.
Well, I mean, I don't actually know any Sithis personally. Just a little cleaner just as a cleaner, you hear a lot of stories, you know. Curious to learn more about your kind, so I've spent some time trying to learn the basics.
Interesting.
Then there's glint in Erys' eyes sends a shiver down Charlie's spine. She wonders why she's having this conversation. You know, I thought Sithis weren't allowed to work at Deadly Desires. Conflict of interest and all that.
Conflict of interest. You care to explain exactly what you mean by that?
Well, Sithis needs something from others in order to survive, right? So how can an employer like DD trust them to put the client's needs before their own?
I'm impressed you even know that. You're absolutely right, but they made a special exception, just for me.
How come, if you don't mind me asking?
You're quite the nosy little human, aren't you? It's simple. I'm just that good.
Unsure how to respond to such a statement, Charlie shuffles awkwardly towards him with mugs of coffee in hand, carefully placing them on the table before gesturing for Erys to sit.
Speaking of which, did you have anything in particular in mind for how we should spend our time together? You got me booked for the rest of the day. So, I'm all yours.
And so I was wondering if you might have any ideas.
Oh, I have plenty. But I fear they may be somewhat too adventurous for your tastes.
Try me. I'm not as innocent as you might think. I don't know.
But your dossier said you've never hired a single performer for any sort of active aversion in all of the time that you've been a loyal customer. You don't have to prove anything to me. You know, I'm not here to judge you.
So I want to know what you have in mind.
Very well. When I look at you, I see tension in every part of your body, dragging you down, dulling your senses, and drowning out your desires. I would aim to liberate you from those shackles and have you floating freely, enveloped in ecstasy.
How would you achieve something like that?
Well, since you're human, it'd be all too easy.
How come?
You have so many ways I can slide inside you, so many holes to fill, and juicy little spots to tease and torture.
Almost choking on Erys' claims, Charlie drops her gaze to the ground. Oh, wow.
Tell me, have you ever wondered what it's like to have dozens of appendages stuffed inside you, wriggling, writhing, all vying to deliver you to a state of euphoria?
I can't say that thought has ever crossed my mind, though.
Well, would you like to find out right now?
Please don't tease me, Erys, it's me.
Who says I'm teasing you? You paid for me to be here. It was a perfectly honest question. I already told you. I'm all yours. You're free to do with me as you please. Within reasonable limits of our contract, of course.
Yes, I do want to know what... Okay. She wants to
Are
know.
you certain? If we do this, there's no going back. You'll never find satisfaction with another again.
Maybe that's what the character needs, I don't know.
As you wish. I'll try my hardest not to hurt you, but I'll warn you now. It may become somewhat overwhelming for you. If that happens, please use the safe word monster, and I'll end it immediately.
I mean...
Only if you want to, but it's not entirely necessary. I can enter all your access points easily enough. It might make things more comfortable for you if you begin with your line on the floor, though.
Alright. Scarcely able to believe what's happening, Charlie cautiously positions herself on the ground, beside a building as she gazes up at Erys towering over her. And I'm about to...
Ready?
Confirm, not a confirmation instead. I don't know what I was trying to say. Confirm it? Don't know why.
You might want to close your eyes. In fact, here, put this on.
I'm gonna use a blindfold. That's wild.
Good. Then let's begin. How does it feel so far? Shall I proceed? Come on now. I know I'm nothing more than a toy for hire here, but where are your manners? I never had you pegged as feisty, and lustful too. Looks truly can be deceiving. Your sweat tastes like cardamom. So, do you want me to continue or not? That wasn't so difficult, was it? Just remember, little human, you asked for this. Such a fuss. Was that too rough? My mistake. I was under the impression you could handle it. You know what they say. You can't have pleasure without a little pain. I promise I'll go easier on you from now on. I want to hear you moan for me, little human. You're making a mess. I know, but it never fails to amuse me, seeing how moist and slippery your species can be. Your kind calls us snakes, shrinking away in fear of some slimy entity, callous and cold-blooded. But I'm as dry as a desert. You're the slimy ones. It's a wonder we don't refer to you all as snails. I mean, look at you. Your clothes are sopping wet. You're actually leaking. Congratulations. You might just be the juiciest little human I've ever encountered. sounds for me. I'm sorry, my dear. Did you say something? Huh. Are you referring to me? Or have you had enough? Understandable. Fair play to you for holding out this long. Don't worry, I always save the best part for last. Oh, I will soon enough. But you rather rudely interrupted me before I've had my fill. So I'm gonna need you to confess something to me first. It's not complicated, little human. I'm commanding you to confess your love for me. It doesn't concern you. If you want me to end it, then tell me you love me. Supposed to be. I've never heard such a pathetic, passionless excuse for a confession in all my life. Did you honestly think that would be enough to satisfy me? Again, properly this time. And don't forget to use my name. I want you to at least sound like you actually mean it. Yes? Go on. At last. It was one of the better ones. I'll give you that much. Still, your lies leave an unpleasant aftertaste. Sour, like citrus. I'd hoped for something sweeter, but I suppose this will have to suffice. I didn't promise anything, little human, and I prefer not to double dip with my dinners. So I'm afraid I no longer have a use for you. Since you were kind enough to provide me with a confession, I'll make this quick.
Well, fuck. I didn't realize I had myself muted. My bad. I was too focused on the game. My apologies. I don't think there's a way for me to go back. Wait.
If it makes you feel any better.
There is. Okay.
And I prefer since you were kind enough to provide me with confession. Farewell. If it makes you feel any better, you were tastier than some of my more recent snacks.
That's insane. Well, we're done for. Outcome 3, Daily Confession.
Welcome back, operator. Please be patient while the system analyzes your outcome.
Did I pass?
Connecting to your assigned administrator.
Welcome back, operator. I hope you're not too shaken after such an encounter. However, it would be remiss of me to not point out that the demise of your selected soul was entirely your doing. My readings show that your actions were so misaligned with its core character that the result was, well, catastrophic.
Yeah.
Although, if it was your intention to lead your soul to doom as a means of punishment, then you have succeeded most spectacularly. The end result is subjective. Perhaps this is exactly what was deserved. The administrative state no achievement written forwards. Please, proceed. But before you do, I must ask, do you approve of this outcome?
Sure.
Your input has been noted.
Congratulations on uncovering a new outcome, operator. If required, please take a break and proceed with your work when ready.
Well, that was wild. But that was what's the name of this game? Deadly Desires. I think LOVESTARVed. That's what it says, I think. Yeah, sorry about that. I actually muted. Well, I didn't mute myself on purpose, but I kept myself muted when I wasn't supposed to be muted when I reveal my face again. There are extras for this game. Yeah, do not trust the Citus, I guess. OST. There's that as well. Whenever that loads. Oh. So if y'all curious about that, there's some OSTs, memories you can unlock, that sort of thing. But yeah, this is Deadly Desires LOVESTARVed. If y'all like this game, and you want to try it for yourself, of course, everything will be in the description below if y'all check it out. But that is pretty much it for me. There are more options that you can choose from. I believe there are 3 endings for this so far. I'm not sure if there are future tournaments. I'm pretty sure there will be, but yeah. So right now I know for a fact there's these 3 endings. But with that being said, I'm gonna end it here. So hopefully I had a good day, good yesterday, better tomorrow, and I will catch y'all in the next video.